Elizabeth Taylor, the violet-eyed queen. One forbidden love changed everything and shook Hollywood forever. 1961. Rome. Cinecittà studios are like hell. The summer heat turns the sets into an oven. The most expensive film in history is falling apart. Budget exploded, delays endless, rumors flying. Elizabeth Taylor, Hollywood's violet-eyed goddess, the most beautiful woman alive, lies in a hospital bed. Pneumonia nearly taking her life for the second time. Doctors performed a tracheotomy. Headlines scream, dying. The world holds its breath. But in that room, something else is about to ignite. A man walks in. Richard Burton. Welsh actor, 36 years old, eyes bloodshot from another hangover. Rough voice, magnetic charisma. Cast as Mark Antony opposite her Cleopatra. Both married. She to Eddie Fisher, he to Sybil. Their eyes collide. The air crackles. That single glance changes everything. On set, their first kiss scene. Director yells cut, but they don't stop. Minutes pass. Crew frozen watching. No one intervenes. From that moment, the forbidden fire begins. A love that will consume them, drown the world in scandal, and turn Elizabeth Taylor into an immortal queen. Rewind a little. Every legend has a spark. Elizabeth Rosamond Taylor, born February 27, 1932 in London. Those eyes, deep violet, catching light like rare gems, legendary from day one. 1939, war breaks out, family flees to America. Hollywood grabs her fast. 1944, age 12, National Velvet makes her a star. Girl crazy about horses, rides like born in the saddle. But on set, tragedy. Falls from horse, the pie, breaks her back. Pain unbearable. Doctors, never ride again. But Liz refuses to quit. Finishes film in agony. Movie hits theaters, audiences cry, critics rave. Overnight, America's darling. Violet-eyed child star. Adolescence brings breathtaking beauty. Curvy, raven-haired, porcelain skin. MGM controls her life. Diets, dates, image. Age 18, marriage to Nicky Hilton, fairy tale wedding, nightmare reality. Abuse, divorce in 8 months. Then Michael Wilding, calm but boring. 2 sons. True Passion 1956 with Mike Todd, extravagant, loving. Mary, daughter Liza born. Happiness. Until March 1958. Todd's private plane, Lucky Liz, crashes in storm. Todd dies. Liz, 26, widowed. Devastated. Screams at news, collapses. Friends fear she'll never recover. In mourning, Eddie Fisher comes, Todd's best friend, Debbie Reynolds' husband. Comfort too much. Affair explodes. Liz steals Debbie's husband, headlines. Public hatred, hate mail, death threats. Hollywood's villain. MGM fires her. But Liz doesn't hide, she owns it. Then Cleopatra. 1959, Fox offers $1 million, first woman ever. Accepts. Production cursed, illnesses, shutdowns. Nearly dies in London. Moves to Rome. There Richard Burton enters. Chemistry nuclear. Offset secret rendezvous, yachts. Paparazzi capture embraces in Ischia. World newspapers explode, Le Scandale. Vatican condemns erotic vagrancy. Pope calls Liz sinner. U.S. Congress debates barring her entry, immoral. Fans burn photos. Eddie humiliated, Sybil devastated. World divides. Some call immoral monsters, others can't look away. But hatred fuels fire. On set, scenes burn. Director Mankiewicz whispers, world's 2 most beautiful people, in love. Liz later, knew it was wrong but couldn't stop. Burton passionate letters, you are my everything, my Cleopatra. Affair swallows them. Fights, reconciliations, alcohol. Liz's health fails, surgeries. Production 2 years, $44 million cost, history's biggest loss. But scandal sells. Those hating Liz now curious, what makes her irresistible? Cleopatra 1963 premiere, box office disaster. But Liz and Burton? Global icons. Divorced spouses. 1964 March Mary in Montreal. Simple ceremony. Liz, yellow chiffon. World watches. Liz and Dick, most famous couple alive. Luxury honeymoon, private jets, jewel rain. Burton buys Krupp diamond, La Peregrina pearl, 69-carat Taylor Burton diamond. Collection legend. Films together, The VIPs, The Sandpiper. Masterpiece, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? 1966 Liz Martha, gains weight, ages herself. Brutal performance. Real fights bleed into script. Second Oscar, World Forgives. Marriage stormy. Alcohol, jealousy, infidelities. Public brawls, trashed hotels. Passion never fades. Jules' love language. Cracks deepen. 1974 divorce. Love too much, Burton says. Can't stay apart. 1975 remarry, Africa. 1976 second divorce. Both monsters. Liz continues. 1976 marry Senator John Warner, political wife. Boredom, depression. 1982 divorce. Health crises pile, back pain, surgeries, addiction. Rehab twice. Darkness brings light. 1985 friend Rock Hudson dies AIDS. World silent. Liz breaks silence, founds Amphar, raises millions. Holds dying patients' hands, face of compassion. Launches perfumes, white diamonds, billion-dollar empire. Last marriage, 1991, Larry Fortensky. Met rehab. Wedding Neverland, 5 years. March 23, 2011, dies age 79, heart failure. The funeral was private, exactly as she wanted. But true to her dramatic spirit, it started 15 minutes late. Family and closest friends gathered, no paparazzi allowed. Her children surrounded the casket. Michael Jackson's voice echoed in memories. He had called her mother in his darkest days. The world outside mourned a queen who had lived 9 lives. Her jewels, that legendary collection worth hundreds of millions, didn't go to private vaults. Liz had already decided, auction them for AIDS research. Christie's sale in 2011 raised over $150 million for the Elizabeth Taylor AIDS Foundation she created. The Taylor Burton diamond alone fetched $8.8 million. Every sparkle became a lifeline for the sick and forgotten. But the real legacy wasn't diamonds or Oscars, it was courage. In an era when women were expected to be perfect wives or silent sufferers, Liz owned every flaw. 8 marriages, she laughed at the critics. Weight fluctuations, she refused diets that starved her soul. Addiction, she went to rehab twice and spoke openly, breaking stigma. AIDS activism when Hollywood turned away. She held dying men's hands while presidents ignored the crisis. She taught a generation, fall as many times as you must, but rise fiercer. Scandal doesn't define you, how you face it does. One forbidden love in Rome didn't destroy her, it revealed her unbreakable core. Those violet eyes closed forever that March morning. Yet they still watch over every woman who refuses to apologize for living boldly. Every star who writes her own rules. Every fighter who turns pain into purpose. Elizabeth Taylor wasn't just beautiful, she was revolutionary. The queen who wore her scars like crowns. The woman who proved legends aren't born perfect, they're forged in fire. And in that fire, she became eternal. But Elizabeth Taylor's story didn't end with the sale of her jewels. The foundation she built continued to grow. Over the years, it raised hundreds of millions more. AIDS drugs became affordable. Research centers opened. Patients no longer died alone. Liz's name was quietly woven into thousands of saved lives. When doctors said, "This treatment is accessible because of the Taylor Foundation," few remembered the violet-eyed woman, but her impact was there. In her final years, Liz was confined to a wheelchair, but her spirit remained free. She spent her days in her Malibu home, gazing at the ocean. Her children and grandchildren surrounded her. Michael Jackson's death had shaken her deeply. "He was like my son," she said through tears. But she didn't give up. She wrote books, gave interviews. She spoke to young actresses. "Don't be afraid. Make mistakes, fall, but rise." Her words became a shield for the new generation of stars. The remaining pieces of her jewelry collection were also donated. At each auction, a story was told. This diamond survived Liz and Burton's stormy love. Now it funds a child's treatment. People bid with tears in their eyes, because those stones carried more than carats. They carried one woman's fight. Liz no longer feared loneliness. "My life was a roller coaster," she would say with a laugh. "But after every low, I climbed higher." In her last months, she found peace. She talked to flowers in her garden, looked at old photos. The Cleopatra costume, Burton's letters, Todd's memories, all were there. She had made peace with her pain. And on that March morning, she slipped away quietly from heart failure. But her departure was anything but quiet. The world paused. Headlines screamed, "The Queen is dead." People cried in the streets. Young girls said, "We learned strength from her." Men wondered, how can a woman be this brave? Elizabeth Taylor was gone. But the light she left behind never faded. In every AIDS hospital, in every strong woman's eyes, in every story that turned scandal into victory, she lives. She was more than beauty, freedom, courage, humanity. Those violet eyes closed forever, but they still challenge us. Live your life, don't fear, fall, rise, and remember, you are a queen too. Elizabeth Taylor wasn't just a star, she was a revolution, and revolutions never die.